Have you ever felt like no matter how healthy you eat or how much water you drink, your body still feels heavy, bloated, and sluggish? Like something inside is holding you back? Well, what if I told you that the problem might not be what you're eating now, but what you've been carrying around inside your body for years, maybe even decades? Doctors and digestive health researchers estimate that many people over 50 are carrying up to 4.4 pounds of old, toxic waste in their intestines. Yes, you heard that right. It's not just an uncomfortable truth, it's a silent threat that could be affecting everything from your digestion to your sleep, even your mood. But don't worry today. I'm going to share with you a simple, natural remedy made with just a few ingredients you likely already have at home that can help your body gently flush out years of built-up waste in just 5 nights. This isn't some miracle cure. It's a gentle, proven method supported by both tradition and science, and you'll want to see what happens by the end of this video. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The hidden enemy inside your gut. Let me start with a story that might sound familiar. John was 62 years old, a retired architect, and someone who never missed his annual checkups. He walked his dog every morning, ate what he believed was a balanced diet, and avoided smoking and drinking. Yet he found himself dragging through the day tired by noon, bloated after dinner, and constantly feeling like something just wasn't right. His doctors ran tests. Everything came back normal. But nothing felt normal to John. That is, until he came to me. When I first sat down with John, I asked him a simple question that made him pause. How often do you go to the bathroom? And what does it look like? He blinked, then chuckled. You're the first doctor to ask me that. And that's where our journey began. Your gut is a time capsule, but not in a good way. As a doctor who has spent over 2 decades studying the gut, I can tell you something many people don't want to believe. Your colon is not a perfectly efficient pipette, a trap for the past. By the age of 50, the average person has developed slow, inefficient bowel movements. Digestion slows down. Food residues cling to the walls of the intestines, and over time, these residues harden into a compact sludge mix of mucus, undigested food particles, metabolic waste, and even toxic chemicals from years of processed food. And this is not just disgusting, it's dangerous. Studies have found that this accumulated intestinal waste can weigh up to 2 kilograms, or 4.4 pounds. That's like carrying a bag of toxins inside your belly all day, every day without knowing it. How this toxic waste affects your entire body? Let me explain what's really happening inside. These residues don't just sit there. They release toxins, microscopic inflammatory agents that enter your bloodstream through the intestinal lining. This constant leakage condition, we call leaky gut syndrome, can lead to systemic inflammation. It's been linked to chronic fatigue, autoimmune flare-ups, brain fog, skin issues like eczema, joint pain, mood disorders like depression and anxiety. It's like your body is being poisoned slowly, and you don't even realize the source is your gut. One of my patients once told me, I feel like I'm wearing a backpack filled with bricks from the inside. He was describing the classic sensation of intestinal heaviness. And the worst part? Most people blame aging, not the gut. Aging and the slowing digestive machine. As we grow older, multiple things happen inside our digestive tract. Enzyme production drops, meaning food is not broken down as efficiently. Stomach acid declines, making protein digestion weaker and increasing the risk of bacterial overgrowth. Peristalsis, intestinal movement, slows down, causing food to linger too long. The gut lining thins, making it easier for toxins to escape into the bloodstream. Now imagine all of that happening on top of 20, 30, or even 40 years of eating processed foods, sugar, additives, and low-fiber meals. You can see why this hidden buildup becomes a silent saboteur of your health. What happens when the gut is dysfunctional? Let me paint the picture clearly. Imagine trying to plant a healthy garden bed instead of nutrient-rich soil. The ground is filled with trash, plastic bags, and toxic chemicals. Will anything grow well? That's your gut when it's coated in old waste. Even the healthiest food and most expensive supplements won't be absorbed properly. Your gut can't process what it can't touch. Here are just a few symptoms people experience from a dysfunctional gut. Bloating even after small meals, constipation or alternating with diarrhea, chronic bad breath no matter how much you brush, sleep problems, especially waking up at 2-3 a.m., skin outbreaks, adult acne or rashes, fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, poor memory, or cloudy thinking. I often ask my patients, is your gut working for you or against you? The medical industry's blind spot. Now here's something controversial that I've come to believe over the years. The medical system is not designed to prevent chronic digestive dysfunction, it's designed to manage it. Why? Because there's no money in teaching people to cleanse their gut using water, lemon, and olive oil? The system prefers lifelong laxatives that cause dependence, probiotic pills that don't survive stomach acid, expensive stool tests, or unnecessary scope. But none of those fix the underlying terrain. The gut-brain acts as what science says now. Here's something fascinating. The gut contains over 100 million neurons, more than your spinal cord. It has its own nervous system, the enteric nervous system. We now know the gut talks to your brain via the vagus nerve, sending constant signals about your mood, hunger, inflammation, and even decision-making. When your gut is clogged, inflamed, or dysregulated, it sends negative signals to the brain. That's why gut dysfunction is often misdiagnosed as depression, anxiety, brain fog, insomnia, even ADHD in older adults. One study found that 95% of serotonin, the happiness hormone, is produced in the gut, not the brain. So a toxic gut isn't just a digestive issue, it's a mental health crisis. But I poop every day. I'm fine, right? Not necessarily. Regular bowel movements don't mean your intestines are clean. It's like saying you take out the kitchen trash but never clean the walls or pipes. This was the case with Linda, a 68-year-old widow who came to me for chronic back pain. It turned out her pain wasn't musculoskeletal, it was referred pain from chronic colonic impaction. A 5-day gut cleanse turned her life around. Warning signs you shouldn't ignore. Let me give you a quick checklist. If you have 2 or more of these symptoms regularly, your gut may be holding on to waste that needs to go. You feel sluggish or sleepy after eating. Your stool sinks rapidly or is extremely smelly. You experience mental fog, especially in the mornings. Your tongue has a white coating. You crave sugar even after meals. You have recurring fungal infections, like candida. You rely on coffee or tea to get things moving. If this is you, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Hope begins with awareness. Let's be clear. Your body wants to heal. Your gut wants to clean itself. But, like a river blocked with debris, it can't flow freely until the blockage is cleared. In Chapter 2, we're going to explore the incredible connection between your gut and your emotions, and why what's stuck in your colon might be weighing down more than your digestion. But for now, I'll leave you with this. Healing doesn't start in a pill bottle. It starts in the gut. Chapter 2. The Gut-Emotion Connection. Let me introduce you to Maria. She was 71. A retired music teacher who had lost her spark. Not in her words, Maria could still light up a room with her stories. But inside, she felt heavy, not physically, but emotionally. I just don't feel like myself, she told me. I cry easily, I get overwhelmed over small things, and I feel stuck. At first glance, it seemed like classic, aging-related emotional changes. But when we look closer at her diet, her digestion, and yes, her poop pit painted a different picture. Maria hadn't had a full, satisfying bowel movement in over a week. Your second brain. The gut has a mind of its own. You might have heard the term ***, gut feeling *** before. Turns out, it's more than just a saying. Science now confirms that your gut contains a fully functional nervous system known as the enteric nervous system, made up of more than *** 100 million neurons. That's more than in your spinal cord. But here's the real kicker. Your gut and your brain are in constant communication via the vagus nerve. This gut-brain connection is so powerful that some researchers call the gut our second brain. What your gut tells your brain every day. When your gut is healthy, it sends signals like, I'm nourished. I feel light and energized. Let's create serotonin and dopamine. But when your gut is full of stagnant waste and inflammation, the signals change. They become, I'm under attack. Send out stress hormones. Block repair. Start defense mode. And that changes your mood dramatically. The chemistry of gut-induced sadness. Here's what you need to know. 90–95% of serotonin, your natural feel-good chemical, is produced in the gut, not the brain. When your intestines are clogged, inflamed, or filled with dysbiotic bacteria, that serotonin production drops. Inflammation in the gut leads to inflammation in the brain. This has been linked to depression, anxiety, brain fog, emotional reactivity, sleep disorder. So when Maria said she felt heavy, she wasn't just being poetic. Her brain was literally receiving chemical signals of distress from her gut. Real-life example, emotional detox. I remember a patient named Kevin, a 67-year-old who had been on antidepressants for over a decade. Nothing seemed to help. After a comprehensive gut cleanse protocol, including dietary changes, hydration, and herbal support, something surprising happened. He didn't just feel physically lighter. He said, I wake up and I don't dread the day. That hasn't happened in 12 years. It wasn't a miracle. It was physiology. Emotions that don't belong to you. This may sound strange, but I've heard it countless times. After cleansing my gut, I realized some of my emotions weren't mine. Let me explain. When your gut is inflamed, it triggers cytokine cascades, chemical messengers that increase stress hormones like cortisol and reduce feel-good ones like oxytocin. That can make you more irritable, anxious, or even paranoid without any real cause in your life. Once the gut begins to heal, the body's emotional weather stabilizes. People report less anger, fewer mood swings, a sudden return of motivation, deeper, more restful sleep. It's like opening the blinds after living in a dim room. A quick gut emotion check-in. If you experience any of the following, your gut may be affecting your mood. Feeling anxious without reason, sudden sadness after meals, panic attacks linked to bloating, poor emotional resilience, craving sugar or carbs when sad, loss of interest in activities you once loved. If this sounds like you, don't jump straight to antidepressants. Start by asking, what is my gut holding on to? Rebuilding the emotional foundation from the gut. I'm not saying every emotional issue is gut-related, but far more than most people think. Here's what works for many of my patients. 1. Clean the gut first. Use natural, gentle detox protocols that encourage the body to release old waste. 2. Feed the right bacteria. Prebiotic foods, like garlic, onion, banana, and oats, can naturally support serotonin-producing micro. 3. Hydrate deeply. Dehydration is the #1 cause of poor bowel movements and brain fog. 4. Breathe through the belly. Diaphragmatic breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, which directly improves mood and digestion. 5. Track your emotions post-meal. If certain foods trigger emotional shifts, you may be reacting to something deeper like food sensitivities or microbial imbalances. You are not too emotional, you're possibly just toxic. Many older adults, especially women, are told they're too emotional or hormonal. But often, it's not your personality, it's your gut's chemical chaos. If your body is backed up, inflamed, or overloaded with waste, your emotions will reflect that. You can't expect mental clarity from a toxic body. Hope is in the belly. Maria's story didn't end with tears. After a simple 5-day cleansing protocol, she called me with excitement in her voice. I danced in the kitchen today, she said. I don't remember the last time I felt that free. And she wasn't just lighter in weight, she was lighter in spirit. In Chapter 3, we'll talk about how even healthy food becomes toxic when the gut is full of old waste and how to eat smarter, not harder. But if there's one takeaway from this chapter, it's this. Emotions are not just in the mind. They're created, shaped, and released through the gut. Chapter 3. When healthy food becomes harmful. Let me tell you about Henry. He was 65, a retired accountant who prided himself on living clean organic vegetables, lean proteins, daily walks. Yet he felt sick all the time, constant bloating, fatigue, and a strange sense that his healthy meals were making him worse. He came to me saying, Doc, I eat better than most of my friends. Why do I feel worse than them? The hidden truth. A toxic gut cancels out healthy food. The reality is simple but harsh. Even the most nutritious food can become harmful in a toxic environment. Here's why. When your intestines are coated with old waste, your gut lining can no longer do its job properly. Instead of absorbing nutrients cleanly, it begins absorbing toxins, decaying matter, and fermented food residues. So while you think you're feeding your body broccoli and salmon, your bloodstream might be absorbing gas-forming byproducts and microbial waste instead. Nutrient malabsorption. A quiet crisis. A healthy gut has finger-like structures called villi, which increase nutrient absorption. But when there's a buildup of toxic matter, the villi get flattened. The gut wall becomes inflamed. Nutrient absorption drops dramatically. This can cause nutritional deficiencies, even when your diet is perfect on paper. That means calcium-rich foods don't support your bones. Iron-rich foods don't fix your fatigue. Vitamin-rich smoothies don't reach your cells. Example, fiber backfiring. Take fiber, for instance. It's crucial for gut health, but in a blocked colon, it can actually worsen the problem. When fiber can't move smoothly through the intestines, it ferments behind blockages, causing painful gas, cramps, constipation, increased inflammation. That's why some people feel worse after adding healthy foods like kale, beans, or flaxseed. The digestion downfall. After 50, as we age, digestive enzyme production drops. Stomach acid weakens. Transit time slows down. This means food sits longer in the gut, especially if it's full of old waste. Left too long, that food rots, creating toxins that enter your bloodstream. You may experience brain fog, headaches, skin issues, fatigue after eating, not because the food is bad, but because the environment is. The fix: reset the terrain. Before optimizing your diet, you must clean the digestive field. Just like you wouldn't plant seeds in a weed-choked garden, don't try to eat healthy on top of a toxic gut. The first step is cleansing. Then, and only then, will your body truly benefit from nutrition. Henry followed this principle. We started with 5 nights of gentle gut cleansing, like the lemon, warm water, and olive oil protocol. Within a week, his bloating vanished. His food stopped fighting him. And for the first time in years, he said, asterisk, I actually feel nourished. Asterisk. In Chapter 4, asterisk, asterisk, we'll explore the most powerful foods and simple habits to protect your gut every single day without relying on pills or powders. But for now, remember, healthy food can only help you if your gut is ready to receive it. Chapter 4. The 5 foods that guard your gut. After Henry completed his 5-night detox, his energy returned, his belly flattened, and food no longer made him feel sick. But I warned him, that was only the beginning. Henry, I said, your gut is like a freshly cleaned house. Don't bring in the trash again. You see, cleansing your intestines is just step 1. The real success lies in how you maintain that clean terrain. And that starts with food. 1. Fermented vegetables, your gut's best friends. Kimchi, sauerkraut, and pickled beets may not seem glamorous, but they're gut gold. Why? Because they're rich in probiotics, beneficial bacteria that help maintain a healthy microbial balance, reduce inflammation, prevent bad bacteria from taking over. Fermented veggies also produce short-chain fatty acids, which fuel your colon cells and reduce the risk of diseases like colitis or colon cancer. Henry started adding a tablespoon of sauerkraut to lunch and dinner. Within days, his digestion improved and the gas disappeared. 2. Oats, gentle, soluble fiber that sweeps your colon. Forget exotic powders and overpriced supplements. Good old oatmeal does more than fill you up. Oats are rich in beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that soaks up cholesterol, feeds friendly gut bacteria, binds toxins, and waste for smooth elimination. Unlike harsh laxatives, oats don't overstimulate the gut. They gently move things along without irritation. Pro tip: mix oats with chia seeds for a 2-in-1 gut cleanse and microbiome boost. 3. Leafy greens, the internal scrubbers. Spinach, kale, and Swiss chard aren't just trendy, they're gut healing machines. They contain chlorophyll, which neutralizes toxins, acts as a mild antimicrobial, cleanses the liver and bloodstream. Leafy greens are also rich in magnesium, which softens stool and supports peristalsis, your intestine's natural contractions. If you've just cleaned your gut, these greens act like the maintenance crew, keeping things polished. 4. Berries, nature's gut defenders. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, they're delicious and medicinal. Packed with polyphenols, berries reduce gut inflammation, feed beneficial bacteria, help seal the gut lining, reducing leaky gut. Henry once replaced dessert with a bowl of blueberries. Within weeks, he noticed improved sleep and better bathroom regularity. 5. Avocados, The gut's moisturizer. Think of your digestive tract like an old, dry sponge. It needs lubrication, not just rough scrubbing. That's where avocados come in. They're rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, soluble and insoluble fiber, anti-inflammatory compound. These fats coat your intestines gently, reduce irritation, and make it easier for waste to pass through without friction. Avocados are especially helpful for seniors dealing with dry, hard stools, a common complaint post-50. Final tip: don't rush back to normal. Many people detox, then go back to pizza, coffee, and sugary drinks. That's like cleaning your car, then driving it through a mudslide. If you've just done the work of resetting your gut, honor it. Feed it what it truly needs. Real, healing, living food. In Chapter 5, we'll uncover which everyday habits silently destroy all your gut progress and how to build long-term protection for your intestines, one small action at a time. But for now, remember this: every bite you take either cleanses or clogs your system. Choose wisely. Chapter 5. The Silent Killers of Your Gut. Henry was doing everything right, eating clean, drinking lemon water, avoiding processed food. But then, he came into my office, confused and frustrated. "Doc, why does the bloating come back? I'm eating kale, oatmeal, berries, but I still feel off." And then I asked him a question that made him freeze. "How many hours of sleep did you get last night?" His answer told me everything. You see, gut health isn't only about what you eat, it's about how you live. Let's explore the 5 daily habits that quietly sabotage your intestine and how to fix each one. 1. Poor sleep. The gut's forgotten repair time. The gut is most active while you sleep. Deep sleep is when your digestive system flushes toxins. Gut bacteria rebalance. Mucosal lining repairs itself. Henry had been sleeping just 5-6 hours, scrolling late into the night. That meant his gut had no time to heal. Solution: aim for 7-8 hours of consistent, tech-free sleep. Go to bed before 11 p.m. That's when your body enters the deepest, most restorative phase of healing. 2. Excessive caffeine. The dehydrating drain. 1 cup of coffee? Fine. But 3 or 4? Now you're asking for trouble. Too much caffeine dehydrates the intestines, overstimulates the bowels, leading to dependency, worsens anxiety, which hurts gut-brain communication. Solution: stick to 1 cup of coffee, preferably before noon. Replace your second cup with herbal teas like peppermint or ginger. They soothe and restore the gut lining instead of agitating it. 3. Sedentary lifestyle. The gut needs movement. The intestines aren't powered by electricity. They rely on physical motion, walking, stretching, breathing to push waste through. Henry had a desk job and rarely moved during the day. That meant food stagnated in his gut, causing gas and constipation. Solution: walk for 10 minutes after each meal. Gentle movement helps your intestines contract naturally. Even simple chair stretches every hour can make a difference. 4. Chronic stress. The gut feels your emotions. We often say, "I feel it in my gut." That's not just a metaphor, it's biochemistry. Stress disrupts gut bacteria, increases acid production, slows digestion and absorption, causes gut permeability, leaky gut. Henry had been worried about deadlines, bills, and aging. His gut absorbed every ounce of it. Solution: practice deep breathing, 5-minute meditations, or keep a gratitude journal. These micro habits reduce cortisol and protect your gut lining. 5. Overuse of artificial sweeteners and processed health foods. Yes, even sugar-free yogurts and low-carb bars can damage your gut. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose kill good bacteria, disrupt insulin response, cause bloating and water retention. Solution: read labels. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. Choose real, whole foods fruits, nuts, fermented veggies. Sweeten your tea with honey or stevia leaf, not chemical concoctions. Final reflection: your gut is listening. Think of your intestines as your internal partner. They hear your thoughts. They respond to your habits. They remember every processed snack and every skipped walk. Henry eventually changed not just his diet, but his entire lifestyle. And that's when the transformation stuck. Your gut isn't just where digestion happens. It's where your life is processed. Now, as we close this journey, we'll tie it all together: detox, diet, and daily choices in our final chapter. You won't want to miss it. Chapter 6. Final Reflection. The Gut, the Guide, the Gift. So here we are, 6 chapters, thousands of words, and one powerful truth. Your gut is not just an organ, it's your guide. It speaks in bloating, in brain fog, in quiet fatigue. It whispers through mood swings and constipation. But if you listen closely, it's never been trying to punish you. It's been begging for attention, for respect, for balance. You see, healing your gut isn't just about removing 2 kilograms of old waste. It's about removing the weight of habits, stress, and disconnection we've carried for years. It's about choosing warm lemon water over cold soda, movement over stillness, presence over pressure, whole food over empty calories. Every small choice, every meal, every walk, every breath tells your gut, I've got your back. And in return, your gut gives you energy, clarity, peace. So what now? Try the 5-night cleanse. Observe what comes out, not just physically, but emotionally. Reflect on the 5 toxic habits we've exposed. Which ones show up in your life? Change doesn't require perfection, just awareness, intention, compassion. If this video helped you, share it with someone who's been silently struggling with digestive issues. You might just be the reason they start healing from the inside out. 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Healthy Life. Because true health isn't about trends. It's about timeless care. Until next time, take care of your body. It's the only place you truly live.